Yes, yes.
Yeah. Today, let's for a change. We'll see another project, which is a banking application. This is a full stack application. That means you will be having, this is the project code. The same code will contain both front end and back end. But this particular deployment is known as custom deployment. In the interview, whenever you attend, they'll ask you one question. Have you ever created or configured custom deployments? What is the meaning of a regular deployment? The difference between regular and custom deployment is regular means, guys, whenever you want, for example, this is created in .NET Core. So generally, if it is a regular deployment, you simply click here, classical editor. You will select the source, and you know it's a .NET Core, so you will select .NET Core and you click apply. This is the regular deployment. So if the project doesn't contain test, do you remember this pipeline? You remove test and you will start executing it. You won't change anything. You simply save and queue. But for all 90% of the .NET Core project, this template will work. But there will be 10% of projects where this template will not work. You have to make a small adjustments to this template. And guys, making adjustment to an existing template to achieve our artifact is known as custom deployment. So generally in the interview, they will ask, have you ever created any custom deployment? For which project that has occurred? So can you please show me what you have done to achieve your artifact? Because if you go in a regular manner, it will not give you any artifact. So guys, what we will be doing now? First, let me provide the project code and the DB. This is the DB. This is the project. Okay. Now guys, let us before that, have you created the MongoDB, guys?
No, actually.
Okay. Actually, I have created. I want this project for 5.3 I have created. I want to show you something, guys, because I don't know we can connect with this by using Mongo Compose DB. How you will connect? You need to first go to networking. You know that now. You have to add your client IP and you need to check this box. Do you remember we do it for normal SQL databases, correct? You know, guys, correct?
Yes, yes.
Same, you will be having connection string. You just copy the connection string, but it doesn't contain the username and password which you have given at the time of creation. So whenever you want to connect with the, you will send the connection string to the team, the DB team, and then you have to type the connection string here. You need to give the username and password there. Once you have given the link to them, they will use the same connection string, but they will keep the actual values in it, and they will connect and they'll start creating the databases here, and those will be reflected there. Yeah, if you haven't tried, you just try it. Now let us come back here, guys. Yeah. What is this, guys? This is known as custom. First of all, have you understood the concept of custom deployment?
So is it like in the regular deployment, we have the front end as a different repository and then the back end as a different repository?
No. Yes, any deployment can be known as a custom deployment where you are not following the regular path. A regular path means, for example, guys, it could be a front end or back end or anything. How many times you will run this build pipeline to get the artifact? Only one time, correct?
One time.
Only one time. After you run it, at the end, you will get an artifact. But for this project, to get the actual, artifact, you have to run it twice. Because in the first runtime, you will get errors. I'll show you this. Wait for it. So guys, what we are going to do, you just use the same code, guys, because this code has different types of third-party components, which won't allow us to use the existing normal template. So this is a separate project where you have to use the custom deployment only. And guys, in real time, 90% of the project, normal template will work. Our normal approach, how we create the pipelines, that will work. But there will be 10% of the cases, it won't work. For example, let us run this. If you look at here, I want to run. Yeah.
How to find it out? Which one is the custom deployment project or which one is
you don't know until you see the error message.
Okay.
Initially, you don't know whether it is a normal project or a custom project. You don't know until you see the error messages. For example, let us create a pipeline for it. I'm creating a pipeline. Okay, here, guys. So, yeah. So, guys, do you know what we do in restore step? Restore.
Install.
install .NET, that's it. It will install all base class libraries of .NET in the agent. And what will happen in this step? What will happen in this step, guys?
Compilation of the code.
Yeah, building of the code, compile. And
Yeah.
actually, if you look at the arguments, what is this? This is the location of the build folder, correct? We are telling the agent to create your build folder here. Then what is this? What is this publish? If it is React Angular, you don't have publish, build is enough. But for .NET, you will be having this publish folder, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. What is this? Can anyone tell me what is this?
So we are providing this build configuration path, and then as a in output, we will get artifact in the staging directory.
Not artifact, guys. We will get publish
Sorry,
folder.
yeah, publish folder, yeah.
In this location.
Yes, yes.
We all know, guys.
Next step is that publish artifact.
Yeah, next step from that folder,
yeah,
where we have the published contents, from that content we will create our artifact.
Yeah.
Correct? This is normal .NET pipeline. We already seen when we have executed as. Now try to run this. When you try to run it, you will get an error. And just look at the error and tell me what is the problem with this particular pipeline. Meanwhile, guys, I need a SQL DB. Let me quickly create. Guys, generally, whenever you write a pipeline, what type of errors can we get? We will get two types of errors. What are those errors?
One is with the configuration or connection authentication, and then another one is the code error.
Code error means whose issue is that?
Developer.
Developer need to resolve it. We can't do anything there, correct?
Yeah.
If it is any configurator related thing, then we need to resolve it, correct?
Yes.
So there will be two types of issues which we can get at the time of creating this pipeline. We know that. Now look at here and tell me what is the problem. Okay. Yeah, just look at it and tell me what's the problem. Now you will get an error here. Look at that error message. Look at here. By looking at the error, what we think, guys, look at this error. What it is saying? Some client doesn't contain a definition for name. There is a file called client service.cs. In the 28th line, there is an error. If you look at this type of error, what do we think generally?
We will think it's a developer issue, but maybe it's configuration issue.
We will definitely think, guys, first go, we will think, yeah, it's a developer issue. We will send the complete log to the programmer.
Yes.
And what he will be doing?
He will be testing it on.
Yeah, he will check that file. He will check the local. And he will not get any error. He'll call us. We need to go to the system. He will run the application locally in his laptop. And he'll show you the same code is running properly in my application. And in the logs also, it has shown build succeeded. 7 warnings, 0 errors, build succeeded. But we are getting an error, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So guys, it's not a code issue, but we are getting an error. So guys, why? Okay, there is a problem. This type of issues, very rarely we'll see this type of error, guys. If you see an error message, definitely in build, if there is any error, 99.99% it's a code issue. Some problem, some compile time error or some runtime error, it's a code issue, definitely. But this is a very rare case where though the build is successful, no error, still it is showing one error and you will got failed. So what is the reason? If this type of issue occur in real time, what you need to do? Guys, you please tell me, what is this? What is this, miss?
Entry point.
Perfect. It's an entry point. Very simple. What is the meaning of this? Star.
Asterisk, yeah. But while entry.
That means in any folder with any name, correct?
Yeah. Yes.
So I don't care about the folder name or I don't care about the application name. I will only look for this extension. Will you agree?
Yes.
And this type of path is known as a relative path. What is the meaning of relative path?
Which is not the complete path.
It's not a complete path. It's a relative path. We will be looking at, that agent will look in all folders, in all files with whatever name there, and it will look for this extension. If you look at here, in my repo, this is that extension. Is this the extension, guys? CS Proj. It won't care about all other things, guys, correct?
Yes.
And that means this is the entry point for my agent to build. Will you agree? Here, guys, in these cases, what you need to do, the first thing which you have to do, change this relative path to absolute path. What is the meaning of absolute path?
Complete path.
But here, guys, can I update this? Can I enter something there? First, you need to unlink, guys. Unlink and then enter. Did you get my point? Yes. Now, what is this?
Absolute path.
Absolute path. We are telling the agent to look in that web folder, bank management system.web.cs project. We are telling the agent to just go there and just look at that file. That is your entry point. So, guys, first thing which we need to do, remove all relative paths and put the absolute path here. Is it clear? Yes, clear?
Yes. But what is I'll ask basically what could be the issue with, where we need to specify this absolute path?
Yeah, you will understand the few. Just remove the initial slash from web you have to give. Now, guys, that is the first thing which you're going to give. Earlier, guys, why we get an error? Actually, we all know my artifact will come from this folder, correct? This is DA1A. Do you know DA1A is your build artifact staging directory, correct?
DA1S, right?
S is source direct.
Okay, yeah, DA1A.
Artifact is DA1A. Now, this is your published folder, correct? The same thing, you're copying your published folder to that DA1A folder, correct? The same thing. That is the thing you will be doing, guys. So, what you do, remove these arguments. What is the meaning of that? When I remove the arguments, what is the meaning of that, guys? Meaning of it? We are not telling the agent to where to create those files. Actually, when you give the argument, what should happen? The agent will create the build folder in the second specified location, the publish folder in the specified location. Now, guys, we are telling the agent to please do that, release to these folders, so that we can later on use them. Correct? Yes. Correct or not?
Yes.
Now, what will I just remove the files, guys. I remove the arguments. I remove the arguments here also. Yeah, I've given the absolute path instead of relative path. Yeah, perfect. Now, what will I do, guys? Now I will run. In this run, guys, what I have done, now I'm running the same failed pipeline. But what will be done, guys? Here, what are the changes which I have made?
As a project entry point, you mentioned the absolute path.
Okay.
And build configuration, you remove those extra.
I remove the default folders.
Default folders, yeah.
Now I don't care where the agent will store. I want to see where it will store. Okay. Just wait. Now let's see what will happen. This is the first run. In the first run, you will not get the artifact, but okay. If it is .NET project, guys, the artifact will always get created from which folder?
Build staging directory.
Publish folder, nice. Publish, which will be stored in the build artifact staging directory. But what is the folder which we need to look for? Publish.
Publish folder,
yeah. The answer should be publish. If it is a build and
the build staging directory is the variable. Sorry, no.
What?
No, build staging directory is the variable, right?
It's a variable. Yeah, it's the name of a variable. The value will be DA1A.
And actual folder name is publish.
Yeah, actual folder name is publish. We're installing everything. Install. Restore will install everything. Actually, guys, when we given the entry point CS project, okay, now look at here. This time it is success. But can I get artifact from this particular pipeline? Where can I see the artifact is generally? I want to see the artifact. How will I see the artifact? You just click here, consumed, and here you should see an artifact, correct? One produced, one consumed, correct or not? This is your artifact.
One consumed, one published.
Yeah, but here no consumed. There is no folder. Why there is no folder? though it is successful. But if you look at the last step, what it is telling us? What is this? What is the meaning of this? Guys, what is the meaning of this?
So nothing is there. Published folder is not there.
Yeah, published folder is not there in the given location. The build artifact staging directory is not having the published folder. So, okay, how then where is the published folder? Very simple, guys. If you look at the pipeline, we thought it will be there in the published that artifact staging directory, but it is not there because you are not telling the agent to deploy it there, correct? You have removed the arguments because when I have given the arguments, it is not creating the file in that location. It is giving us an error. When I told the agent to create in the build configuration, it did not do that. When it is trying to do it, it has given us an error. So what I have done, I removed the location for both build and publish. Now I will look for the publish folder in the logs. What you need to do, because you haven't told that agent to store it in one particular location, go and find the publish folder in the logs. Can you see? Can I see any publish folder there?
Yes.
Can you see there is a publish folder? Is it your build artifact staging directory? No. What is this DA1S?
Source.
It's the source directory. So guys, you are creating the publish folder in the same source directory, correct? Yes, are you getting my point? Guys.
Yes.
So who created this publish folder? Agent. Correct or not? Okay, so
Yes.
and where it has created?
In the source directory where the code resides.
Yeah, in the DA1S exclusively in this particular path, correct? Yes, correct or not? Now, what you need to do, take that path, web bin debug, is that the path? Yeah, web bin debug netcode 3.1. Now, again, update this, go to artifact, change this location. Now, what will happen, guys? Now, what will happen? This step created, this step install.NET, this step created build folder, this step created publish folder. But where it created the publish folder? In this location. Guys, are you getting my point?
Sorry, but sorry, last time you actually mentioned in the build and publish, you mentioned in the artifact, sorry, in the
this one. Last time I mentioned
yes.
artifact change.
So you remove that in the from the arguments.
Yeah, remove, because that is the default way. But this project is not following the default method, correct?
Yes, yes. No, but without any other parameters, basically you kept it, right? No?
Earlier.
Sorry, I missed it, yeah.
I did not get it.
No, in the publish and build, basically, can you just go to publish and build?
Yeah,
here in the arguments, there were several parameters. Along with that, there were this thing also, right? Buildings dollar.
Yeah, I removed it now. Okay,
you removed it completely.
Yeah, completely I removed it.
And if we would have actually kept it over there, then
it has given us an error.
Yes, but with the parameters, right? Without parameter, build staging directly only.
Guys, here, if you don't give the parameter, what will happen? It will not release in that particular folder. Na? Very simple, guys. What are we trying to do here? Earlier, we told agent to create those build and publish folders in the specified locations. For 90% of the project, it will be done without any problem. But for this project, it is giving us an error. So what we have done, we want to see where the agent, where it is creating this folder. So what I have done, I removed the default locations. I'm just checking the logs. Are you getting my point, guys? I emptied it and I checked I run the pipeline. When I run the pipeline for the first time, it will not create the artifact, but it will show us the location of the folder. Guys, did you get my point? For the first time when I run it, did I get any artifact? No. But what I get from the first run, the location of the published folder. Guys, are you getting my point?
Yes.
Everyone? Guys, Basha?
Yes.
Why I ran the first time? Why I ran the first time?
To get the folder name.
Actual location. Where is that actual location? So this is the why I'm doing it, because the default ones is not working. It's a custom deployment. It is not the default way. So now what I need to do here, I'll put this folder. Why I'm keeping this one? Why I'm keeping this one here? Because from the logs, I know my publish folder is here.
Publish one.
Yeah, my artifact now will get created from this location. Guys, are you getting my point or not?
Yes, yes.
So when you run the same pipeline for the second time, now will you get an artifact?
Yes.
Yes, this time.
This time you will get. Why you will get this time? Because you have correct path of your publish folder. Guys, do you get my point here?
Yes.
Yes.
So
Sometimes path of the published folder is changed.
Yeah, changed. I have given the exact. Earlier it was empty, but now I have given the perfect exact path of the published folder. So guys, if you remember, if you observe, we are running the same pipeline twice to get the artifact. When you run for the first time, you did not get anything, but you have known the location of the publish folder, correct? Once you know the location, second time you updated the artifact task, then you will get your artifact. Guys, are you getting my point?
Yes.
First question, guys. If someone asks you, have you ever deployed any project or configured any custom deployment pipeline, then you should tell yes. Then he will ask you why there is a need for you to do that. Then you should tell with the normal default method, it is not giving, though it is giving errors, those are not the actual errors. Build is succeeded, still getting errors. The code, there is no problem with the code. Now I suspected something is wrong with the code or the pipeline structure. So I want to know the actual locations of the published folder. So I have removed the argument, and when I run for the first time, the build is succeeded, but there is no artifact because there is no published folder, real published folder. So I have checked the logs. I got my actual published folder location. Then again, I rerun the build pipeline. Now this time I will get my artifact. Correct? Guys, correct or not?
Yes.
Yeah. Now this type of projects will also come, guys. So initially you will think, okay, the build error, something wrong, some code line, it's a definitely programmer problem. You will copy the log, send it to him, but he will just call you to his laptop. He'll show the output on his screen. When he runs, now you can see, guys, one artifact is produced. If you go here, can you see from this folder I created my drop, correct? If you can click here, or you simply click there. Click here. Now click this one published, one consumed. You have your artifact. See that, guys? Understood something?
Yes.
So yeah, now. Okay, now guys, we have already created the DB for it. Let us deploy the script in it. So we all know you need to go to the server. You know that. Save that. Go back there. Query editor. The script I have already given in the. Just copy the script. It's a very big lengthy script, guys. It has a lot of tables. Otherwise, let me open that here. You look at the script. What are all these things, guys? What is this? Create table. Who will write this? Who will write this? DB person. Create table, create indexes, unique indexes, then alter table, create execute procedures. Yeah, a lot of other things are there, guys. So you copy entire thing and you paste it here. Execute it. Done. Your DB is ready. Set my DB. Then. Okay. Then. What you need to do, guys? After that, anyone remember? Do we need to update this connection string in the code? We have to, correct? You remember that? What are you trying to do?
Connecting to SQL database.
It. Do we need to run the pipeline one more time? Why? Why I'm running the pipeline one more time, guys? Anyone? Because they're changing the code now. Whenever they change in a code, do we need to create a new artifact?
Yes.
Okay, this is done with the pipeline.
But you are not provided the username and password, right?
I use the same username and password now.
Okay.
So that's the reason I did not update it.
Okay.
You know, right? It is already there, but I'll use always these two things.
Okay, same. Yeah, I didn't. Okay.
Yeah, same. That's why I never change my username. That's why I'm not. Okay. Meanwhile, let us see one more thing. Do I need to create an app service for sure? Then let me go create the release. Okay. Yes, here, when you remember, guys, whenever it's a .NET project, you should keep folder. It's published. But earlier, we have given web application 1.zip. Do you remember when we have done the React employee application? Guys. So always provide this published.zip folder. That is enough. No need to provide the entire drop. Come back here, guys. Yeah. Let me register. When I register, I should see, you can see I logged in with my name, 𝐂𝐮𝐫𝐬𝐞. That means, will I see my details in this table? There is ASP.NET users. Can you see my details are there? Can you see that? How this data has come here?
Because you put it on front end.
Yeah, from the front end. That means the connection between the front end and DB is successful, correct?
Yes.
So guys, one question here. It's a full stack application, only 2 components. Guys, when only 2 components, then you will call this as an application component, not front end or back end. Application component and the DB component. Okay, good. But one question, guys, which is very, very important. In real time, here, guys, how you have connected both your application and DB?
To the connection string.
With the connection string. And what you have done, you have updated that here, na?
Application.json.
Okay, in real time,
Absolutely.
guys. Yeah. In real time, will you ever update anything in the code? No, we don't. Never, never, ever. No, yeah, you will never touch the code. No time, guys. You will never do that. Okay, then who will update it?
Variable group.
Backend guy.
Who will update it? It could be the backend guy, front end guy. Will you update that?
No, we won't.
Here, why are we updating? Because there is no front end and backend. But guys, remember, this type of coding is known as hard coding. Hard coding. The reason, guys. Okay, I will give you one example. Try to understand this topic. It's very, very important. In real time, this mistake will be done by every programmer, and it will, by the programmer's mistake, we will suffer in real time. I suffered a lot of the time. Nowadays, I know this is the problem, but earlier I used to don't know about the problem, guys. I used to suffer a lot. Now let me explain the issue. Guys, the programmer updated the DB here, and we deployed it to the dev guys. Okay, very good. For test, what do you think? Do we create, for example, guys, there are 3 components: front end, back end, DB for dev. Will we create another 3 for test?
Yes.
Another 3 for UAT?
Yes.
Another 3 for prod?
Yes.
Definitely. If there are 3 components, you will create total 12 components in real time. Will you agree?
Yes.
Definitely, guys. There will be a dev front end, dev backend, dev DB, test front end, test backend, test DB. Guys, this dev front end portal, who will use this?
Developers,
Developers only. Test URL,
client
Test.
side people,
test only. Tester.
tester, yeah,
Test front end URL, only testers. And UAT front end URL,
client side,
client side. And prod front end URL, end users.
end users.
Now remember this, guys. If you look at here, now I release this to dev environment. This is my dev example. I want to release it to dev test. How will I do that? We know you will add here, correct? Correct or not? And you will remove this. Yes, correct or not? Do you remember this?
Yes.
Yes, no.
Yes.
And here you will just add another app service, correct?
Yes.
And you will select the test portal. Am I correct?
Yes.
Generally, you will select the test portal and you will save, for example. When I release this, guys, example, when I release it, this is my test, this is my dev, correct? In the same way, I will have UAT and prod, correct or not?
Yes.
First question, all 4 releases, will they have the same build artifact or different build artifact?
Different.
Have the same.
Artifact will always remain same. The same artifact will be deployed to 4 environments, no, guys, correct? You don't have separate artifact for each and every one.
Okay, my question is basically like for the test also we'll be having different SQL server and everything would be different.
Yeah,
right?
that's there you will get a problem. That is the problem. If you release the same code to test, what will happen? In the artifact, you have given the dev DB data, correct? What is this connection string?
LWP.
It is dev DB. But when you are deploying this to test, what will happen?
There would be no
Whatever
code.
users test people create, that user data will be stored in the dev DB database, not in the test database, correct?
Yes.
Yes, everyone, did you get this point here? Everyone, did you get this point? What happens if you hard code anything in the code? This code has dev DB data. But when we are trying to release it to all other environments, all environments now will have, every environment will have their own front-end URL, correct guys? Front-end. This is dev app service, test app service. The front-end will be different, but the dev DB will remain same in all 4, correct?
It's pointing towards LWP.
Correct or not? Every front-end portal is pointing to the dev database only, which is wrong. Because testing, when they open it in test, they are trying to create the users, but they will see test DB as empty. Nothing is there in the test DB. Why? Nothing is going into test DB. Will you agree?
Yes.
So that is the big mistake, guys. This mistake will often done by the programmer. Why? Because they will be in the development phase, they will be at least 6 months to 1 year in the development phase only. So guys, what will they do? They simply hard code dev data in the code. For example, if it is front end, they will hard code dev backend URL. If it is backend, they will hard code dev DB URL, DB string. Are you getting my point? It will work for them fine, guys. When we run the dev portal, everything will work fine. But when you release it to test, then you will get an issue. Guys, clear?
Yes.
Yes, clear. So what should be the solution for this? Solution, guys, you will never ever hard code anything in the project code. Project code should never contain any specific environment details. Then how to store it? There is a way to do it, guys. This is very, very important. Yes, I'll drink some water and back. Next. Okay. If you look at the code here, guys, can you see? There are 2 things, guys. First, what is the meaning of this? This code is trying to get the connection string from this variable. Where is that variable? That variable, this employee _app_con is there in app settings. So it is reading, this is the variable, this is the value. So my code it is reading the connection string from my app setting.json, which is wrong. So guys, what you need to do, you have to comment this out and uncomment it. What will this do, guys? This, guys, it will read the connection string always from the environment where you are running the code. So I'll show you guys. Very simple. What you need to do, you have to open, for example, this is the code now. Open this, and here you need to find configuration. And guys, here you have to add environment specific variables. Did you get my point? Environment variables, again, they changed. Earlier, this used to be in the configuration. Because what you need to do here, you simply click add, and here you have to type this value and paste it here. And what should be the value? What you need to enter there? This thing. Did you get this, guys? What I have just done? Guys, anyone, what I have just done?
But then this app setting.json is of no use.
No use.
Okay.
No use means they will, for dev
Bypassing,
environment,
yeah.
not time pass. For the dev environment, because they will be there in the dev environment for almost 6 months, 1 year. So
Yes.
they can create the variable there, but in real time, you can see, guys, this is my dev portal. Na? For test portal, what will I write here?
Test one, test value.
Test connection string, correct? If it is the UAT portal, there also I will add one connection, this environment variable. The variable name is same, but the value will be different, correct?
Yes.
So here in the code, always I am reading the variable name, not the value, correct?
So now who will make this change actually, like developer, or we should?
They will only change it, but we have to check it. They will only change it, guys. But
Okay.
actually, what will happen? Not only this connection string, guys. If it is the front end, do we need to add backend URL?
Yes.
That variable earlier you added in variable or JS file, correct?
Mhm.
Where there you should not add. Where you need to add? Here only. You open the front end portal, add a variable like backend URL.
Okay.
And give the URL here. What URL you will give here?
Test URL. Test backend URL.
Correct? If it is dev, you will be giving dev backend. If it is test, you will be giving test backend. If it is like UAT prod, you have to give that specific environment variable. Did you get this point? Guys, in real time, not only these SQL connection string, front end, this backend URL, the programmers, guys, what will they do? After they deploy the project to you, they will be giving one JSON file. Guys. If you look at here, they will be providing us this particular JSON file. And here, they will mention, for example, they can mention some 5 to 6 variable and its values. What we need to do? We have to add all of them here. Because if you don't add those values here, in the program, they will get an error. They're trying to read the value from a SQL connection string. You haven't added it. Then will they get an error? Guys, are you getting my point?
Yes.
So guys, remember, whenever you deploy any code in any environment, they will be providing that particular environment specific variables. You have to add all those variables in that particular environment service.
But
Yeah?
this is app service, okay? So what about basically Azure function or basically
Azure function also you will be having, for VM also you will be having.
okay, environment variables
VM,
like
yeah, VM also,
container instance.
yeah, everything, content instance also there will be having, you will be having variable environment variables, guys. Because without that, you cannot distinguish different environments, correct?
Correct.
Yeah. Remember, guys, yeah, I'll show them later, only 2 minutes. So guys, remember, when in real time, whenever you are working with any programmer on any project, ask him the environment specific variables. And they will actually mail you. They will actually mail you. You need to add them in that particular service. Okay. Understood something?
Yes. So those settings cannot be in the pipeline, right? Like the variables group or something else.
Guys, perfect. Actually, it is not that every time you will add the variables in the configuration section or the environment variables. You can actually create those environment specific variables in the pipeline as well. When you run the pipeline, you can create environment. There also they will create, guys. So there, that is a call by the programmer. They will tell you, because we don't know from where they are reading the values, correct? They will read the values from their code. If they are reading the values from the environment section variable, you will add here. If they are reading the values from the pipeline, you will add there. Did you get my point? For example, this is my pipeline now. For some of the projects, recently, like I completed one React project, guys. There, everything, the programmers, they have read the specific variables from the variable section here. they will be adding, we can add environment specific variables from this particular pipeline as well. You can add here, or you can add in the configuration section, guys, or the environment variable section. How you will add, the programmer will tell you. Will you add here or there? The programmer will tell you. Once you've added, they will read the values from the code. Okay, somehow they will call and they will use that in their code. Do you get my point? So remember this, very, very important, guys. So today's topic, system deployment. Assignment. I have given the complete project. Please complete this.
And I have only one question, not this thing, but just loud. So backend, whatever the backend application, that will be always deployed, or can it be
always deployed? Why is the doubt you deploy?
No. So every time basically we'll have to create a two-way web services.
Not two web app service. It's all. Sometimes it is on app service. It's on function app, some container. It's on VM.
Yeah. So basically for the backend application, we always should have the release pipeline, right?
Yeah, you should.
And we have to deploy it on maybe on the container instance or anything like Azure.
Yeah, anywhere, anything.
Anywhere. Okay.
For the given project. And share.
Welcome to LWPLABS. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to view free Azure DevOps live classes. And for more videos like this, please contact the number shown in the description. Happy learning!